One of the best comic book and pop culture conventions in the entire country is this coming weekend in Anaheim. It's WonderCon. We can't wait to tell you guys all about it. Also, 4 months till today is San Diego Comic-Con, and there's some stuff you guys need to know about that as well. Plus a little bit of comic book news here at the end with Marvel and DC coming right at you.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Am I on? Welcome, everybody. This is the Con Guys Show. This is one of our most favorite shows of the year. This is all about WonderCon. It's happening this weekend down in Anaheim when we have about 70 to 90,000 people converging on the Anaheim Convention Center. It's going to be an awesome time. Can't wait to talk about it. We also talk a little bit about Comic-Con down in San Diego tonight. But first of all, let me introduce the guests we have tonight. To my left, right here, we have Derek Sams.
Hi.
It's Derek Sams. And then we have Katie.
Hey.
Everybody, and then Tom. Hi. And we have Cheeseman on the couch, otherwise known as...
Cheeseman on the couch.
It's Luke. It's Luke.
I'm only Cheeseman from now on.
All right. Katie and Tom are very frequent guests of the show. Tom, can you remind us where you are at?
I am Executive Director of Screenwriting at Azusa Pacific University in Los Angeles.
Fantastic. And you also are going to be on a couple of the panels down at WonderCon this weekend.
Yes, I am.
So we'll be talking about that. And Katie, we haven't seen you in a little bit. Where have you been?
Just working, pretty much, and trying to catch up on all my TV.
Yep.
So that I can be on shows like this and go to cons and not have things spoiled.
I know it was kind of funny because we asked Katie to come on a little bit back, sometime in the last 3 months before the season premiere or the season finale for Walking Dead, and she just couldn't do it because she is not caught up. Because you like to read the comic books well ahead, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you are busily working on your cosplay right now? Hopefully?
Yeah, I have the wig, and I haven't been able to successfully start the costume yet, but Thursday I'm off and hopefully gonna get it done then.
Hey,
All right.
a full day? That's an eternity to costumers.
I know.
Did you guys have a good St. Patrick's Day this past weekend?
Lo en vigor.
Yeah.
I know you
Derek?
did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I had a very good one. Cheeseman,
Yes?
how was your St. Patrick's Day?
Amazing.
Yeah. Derek, what were you doing?
I was videoing one of my favorite bands.
Listen, just because
Ooh.
who's that?
That was Whiskey Sunday.
They would love it if we could
Tam
throw their
O'Shanter,
name
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
'cause
Was that a name you just dropped?
Really great Irish-American folk style band based in LA. They play at the Tam O'Shanter a lot, which we really like to go to. And every year they're the main band, I guess.
headlining band, yep.
Yeah, ending the show on St. Patrick's Day.
You guys haven't
And
had
they play
chance.
other
Yeah.
days besides Sunday. Every time we post about it, people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have to work on Monday." And I'm like, "It's not a band."
Yeah, Sunday's the
We're
name
not
of the band.
drinking
It doesn't mean
whiskey
that's the
on
only time
Sunday."
they play,
Yeah.
right?
They don't drink on Sunday, then play
I've
on
had that
Monday.
happen multiple times where people are like, "I couldn't make it because it was on Sunday." I'm like, "No, the band's called Whiskey
Yeah.
Sunday. We're not drinking whiskey on Sunday."
Read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you say hi to Liam for us?
Oh, hi, Liam.
And
How are you?
By the way, we're talking about that a little bit tonight. If you notice, I'm wearing my Tommy Wiseau shirt, and we have a little bit of a Tommy Wiseau bobblehead. So we'll be talking about it in just a second. But right up at the front, we want to go ahead and go over our bulletin board. We have some big conventions that are coming up. Derek, why don't you tell us about them?
Sure. There's, of course, WonderCon is this weekend in Anaheim, California. That's March 23rd through 25th, which we're going to be talking about a lot tonight.
Extensively.
Yes, and then the same weekend, South Carolina Comic-Con is in Greenville, South Carolina. That's Saturday and Sunday.
Smaller con, but my niece is going to be there, so she's going to be giving
good.
us some
She can
some
report
news
back to us.
there, yeah.
Awesome Con is the next weekend in Washington, D.C., which is March 30th to April 1st. And then that same weekend, Indiana Comic-Con is in Indianapolis, March 30th through April 1st. And C2E2 is April 6th through 8th in Chicago. And
Or was that a droid from Star Wars that got cut out?
it sounds like it, but I don't know anything about C2E2.
It's the Chicago Entertainment. Okay, it's one of the Read Pop conventions. It's a very large one. The Chicago Entertainment and Pop Culture Convention. Whatever. I'd have to look it up.
Easy for you to say.
Chicago Comic-Con and Entertainment Convention. Yeah, something like that. C2E2.
Okay, makes sense. I'm guessing the initials actually spell it as CCEE, and that's why it's C2E2.
Yeah, Entertainment and
Expo.
Expo.
Well, anyway,
it's an expo.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's in Chicago, April 6th through 8th. And then that same weekend in San Jose is Silicon Valley Comic-Con, which is, again, April 6th through 8th. And then exactly 4 months from today, as you said, about 17 weeks, San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep. Because for those of you, if you are watching this live, we are taping the show on the 19th of March, which is exactly 4 months, the 19th of July, which is the first day of Comic-Con. Although yesterday would be 4 months to the preview day. Is everybody in the room going this year?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Everybody got their badges?
Well, they're coming.
No.
Okay. Well, you don't?
No, well, wait. Which one were we talking about just now?
San
WonderCon or
Diego.
San Diego?
Oh, wait. Nobody's got their San Diego badges.
No,
I don't know why.
What are you
say,
talking
but-
about?
Didn't mean to freak everybody out
Yeah.
there. Listen, but we do have a little bit of time before San Diego Comic-Con, but we do have some things that we need to go over. San Diego Comic-Con, it was just announced. So those of you who are listening right now, we're going to switch over to the things that you need to know for San Diego Comic-Con right now, because 4 months is not a lot of time. I mean, because as Tom, you can tell, every other month it seems like there's another deadline that we're almost missing. There's something that's happening, and you were just asking me right before we came on. Hotels.
I remember when hotels used to always be like weeks after main registration, and this year, pro registration was back in fall.
I know. It was was it October? I think
It was like October.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It's like, what?
And I know that so we are probably expecting right now the Earlybird hotel registration is open. You can get your hotels if you want to stay in Mission Valley or by the airport. Go ahead. Why is everybody laughing?
Because nobody.
I can't do that.
Those of us who costume frequently don't want to have to schlep all the way out to Mission Valley or the airport.
Yeah.
But I haven't had adjacent in the Marriott in years. I've lost count.
Oh, I've
The
never
last
been
time
that
I stayed
close.
there, my hair was all still black, naturally.
You had the best spot last year. Where were you?
I was in the Hilton.
Hilton Bayfront.
Yeah. It was a lot of money, but
Yeah.
we got spoiled, and now I'm like super anxious about this year. But
I know.
I have 5 people in my group, so I'm gonna be like, you all better go online and get that.
We're gonna get my buddy
Yeah,
Greg.
they wouldn't even give me a badge this year, so maybe I'll get a hotel.
Yeah, Luke didn't get a badge. He's going. We bought him one.
Bought
but-
one.
Oh, trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
They wouldn't even give us press.
Didn't even get that.
Give us press passes, please. Comic-Con.
CCI, can I just put out this request? We cover you guys relentlessly. We love you guys.
We have a show about
true.
you.
2.5 years. We know a couple of you. Please give us some.
We're
press
connected
matches.
to Maria Menounos, okay?
That's right. Anyways, so no, but Cheeseman's going, and this is one of the most angst-filled times of the year when we're trying to get our hotel rooms, because like last year we did get a downtown. Where did we stay last year? It was a downtown hotel, but it still required like 20 minutes of
Oh, it's
walk
crazy.
time. Yeah,
Crazy.
it was nuts.
It's like Weston Gas Lamp or
I think you
something?
guys. That sounds familiar. I remember asking you guys where
Yeah.
you were. Because I stayed at a Westin once, but I don't think it was. That
Oh,
one.
it's the Weston non-gas lamp. I stayed there
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Well,
It was a nice hotel.
Oh, it's
but
nice and it's still downtown. I can still like 2 years ago.
It just takes a while.
Yeah,
Good
we're
to-
much closer where we could just kind of like walk
We
straight in.
stayed
This
in the
one
Marriott
is like still
one
like
block.
half
You mean
mile or more walk.
Oh, the Marriott like gas lamp, not the Marriott adjacent.
Not the adjacent one.
Marriott Marquis.
I've stayed there too.
Yeah. You stayed there?
I've stayed there, in someone else's room. Like they were working the event, and then
J.J. Abrams was in our hotel that year, so we knew it was a good one.
that's the year that I saw. I can't remember his name right now from Supernatural in the lobby. I was like, hey, wait, I thought
Dean
it
or
was a
Jens-
cosplayer.
Dean or
No,
Jensen?
it was.
Oh,
Nisha.
Cassian.
I can't think of his name. The
From who?
The King of Hell.
Oh,
Can't think of his name right
Crowley.
Yeah, Crowley.
Crowley.
Crowley. And he's
So-
cool.
Have they brought him
I
back
can't think of the
yet?
actor's name right now.
I thought it was
which
a
I should know.
cosplayer at first.
Mark
Because-
Shepard.
Yeah,
Thank
Mark
you.
Yeah,
Shepard.
yep.
Good
Thought
guy.
it was a cosplayer at first, and then I saw like a woman. Like,
You
an
look
assistant.
just like, holy crap, you are.
Well,
Speaking
he had,
about
like an assistant next to him. So I was like,
Supernatural. Guess where I'm going tomorrow night?
Scooby Natural?
Hell?
Scooby Natural.
Zoinks!
Are you gonna be there?
No, but I'm looking forward to that episode.
Yeah,
Tomorrow night, Paley
I
Fest.
have not been keeping up with Supernatural this season.
I
and
haven't
I'm gonna have
watched
to watch
since like
that.
season
Behind.
9, but I will watch Scooby Natural just
I'm
because
a-
I can.
Yeah.
So
For
I'm not
those-
sure how they're gonna have that make sense, but
For those
I
who
don't
are
know.
not
cares?
familiar,
Yeah.
let's explain. What is it that you're talking about?
It's a crossover episode since Time Warner owns like almost everything. They own Scooby Doo, they own Supernatural.
They don't
so
own
they're doing
Disney.
a crossover. Well, aside from Disney / Fox / Universal / Paramount / Sony.
Yeah.
But other than that, but no, it's going to be animated.
Yep.
So who cares where they are in the arc? I want to see
Yep.
the boys animated.
Yeah.
And Scooby Doo is going to be there, and
Zoinks.
I get to see it tomorrow night at the Paley Center, and all the
That's
full
great.
cast is going to be there. So
That's
I'm
gonna
really
be fun.
excited about
When
that.
does it actually air?
That I do not know. I think it's probably just a week or two out.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, anyways, hotels. If you guys are waiting for hotels, if you want to,
Seriously.
if you don't mind being out in the Mission District, which they do have shuttles that go to most of those hotels, so it's no problem. They do have the airport shuttle. If you don't mind waiting for the shuttle, it's really not a problem. And actually, I guess we're a little bit spoiled. All of us are waiting for those downtown hotels. The Earlybird special goes off exactly 1 hour before Hotel Apocalypse starts, which means there's only 12 to 15,000 rooms in downtown downtown San Diego, and there's about 60 to 70,000 people trying to get those rooms. So your chances are greater if you have a big group of people that you're all trying to get together. Your chances are very nil if there's one or two of you.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Oh, that's so appropriate.
With early bird hotels, though, don't you have to pay the whole?
2 days.
It's 2 days,
I
right?
hate
Okay,
that.
you have to pay 2 days in advance.
But
Like,
you have what, 2 days to pay 2 days or something
yeah,
like that.
but you have to pay for 2 days up front.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, with the
We have
Mission
to for the
hotels,
regular hotels.
yeah, with Mission hotels you have to pay and it's non-refundable right now.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. I actually did. Now that I remember, I did stay over there once. I don't remember how. I think it was only for 2 days, and I remember because we had to take the shuttle every day.
Where's Hotel Circle? What is that considered Mission Valley? Or that's just Hotel Circles is something different altogether?
No, Hotel Circle's right across from Fashion Valley, Mission Valley.
Okay, because we stayed in Hotel Circle and that wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't the great.
Again.
All right, let's speak about that. Okay, if you do not get a hotel in downtown San Diego, your other option is you do need to find parking, though, if you're going to be staying out, if you're not taking the shuttles in. So Ace Parking has announced that just like last year, the parking lot assignments this year will be using a lottery-based system. You can go in right now and start filling out your... Wait, I may be wrong for that. Right now through April 23rd,
Last week of March, that's next week.
next week, they will start accepting applications for you to get a space. And the spaces we're talking about are like the Hilton Bayfront has a parking garage. Underneath the Convention Center parking garage, all the big parking structures and parking garages all around closest to the Convention Center, Ace kind of controls them. So if you want to get a parking space in there, this is your time. I wish Carrie was here tonight because then what would Carrie say?
Oh, Carrie says you can always find free parking if you're willing to walk.
Yes. Carrie, here's to you.
So if you're willing to walk from LA to San Diego,
I have a question about that. Have you
Yes.
guys used that system before?
Which system?
The Ace
Yeah,
parking system?
I've done
Yeah.
it
So,
2 or 3 years.
For example, I've parked at the hotels in the past because if I had a room, you can park at the hotel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if for some reason you book an Ace parking lottery spot and then you get a hotel,
You have to-
do you still have to keep
gotta-
that spot?
You get a partial refund.
Okay.
Yeah.
That happened to me once.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, the rule of the game is, bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, as Aesop used to say.
Because it is kind of frustrating because you have to get your parking space
Before.
before.
Yeah.
You
a
find
hotel.
out you get a hotel.
Yeah, and I mean,
It's a shakedown.
unless we find out that hotel sales are like next week or something, which it's
They're
not good.
not.
But they do come very quickly after WonderCon usually.
Yeah.
So there's a small little bitty tiny chance we might get it by next week. I don't think so.
Doubt it. Because they usually send you the thing in advance saying,
Yep.
hotels open up, so be ready.
But when I got my notification for a pro badge, though, it was only like 2 days
Yeah.
ahead of time.
That was crazy.
I almost thought it was a mistake. Like, oh, what just happened?
It's
here?
October.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was your
Your pro verification.
yeah, that your verification wasn't due. So some people didn't get their badges, I know, because they didn't realize that was
That was
that.
the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, so that is parking. Also, Masquerade is now open, and it will probably fill up by May. If you guys are interested in joining the Masquerade, you must send your. There's a 6-page form that you fill out.
Good Lord.
You have to have pictures and everything because they want to keep it kind of quality. To Masquerade at comic-con.net. And just go on to the Comic-Con homepage, and you can find the information there for that. Have you ever participated, Katie, in that?
I've never participated in it, no. I've watched it pretty regularly. I think for like the last 2 years at WonderCon and the last couple years at Comic-Con. The WonderCon one is like hit or miss, but it is fun, but it's late. So
Yeah.
but I do know from people who have been a participant in it, it pretty much takes up your whole day.
Yeah.
So
It's
if you
probably
do
your whole
wanna-
weekend
yeah.
almost.
But like, cause that whole day you have like your rehearsals and like your check-in and like preparing and everything. So I've heard it's a long process. So if you want to enjoy the con, not always the best opportunity.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
What's that saying? Ain't nobody got time for that.
I
Basically.
love that lady.
Well, some people do, clearly. but-
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's definitely fun to watch, for sure.
And the souvenir book is now taking submissions. They are celebrating the 200th anniversary of Frankenstein, 25th anniversary of Hellboy, 10th anniversary of Marvel's Cinematic Universe, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
And more.
Hopefully 80th anniversary of Superman because he's on the front cover.
Well, he's no. That's for
Oh, that's for
WonderCon.
WonderCon.
But I bet you they do have a special panel for him.
I hope so.
Yeah. So I mean, right now, if you take a look, there is for those of you who are watching on YouTube.
He's got briefs.
Yeah, the briefs are back.
Yeah, Superman
The
is
briefs
back.
are
He's on the
back, and there's
front
gonna be
cover of the
trouble.
WonderCon program. Back with his briefs, standing there with the American flag. It's such a glorious picture. If you guys are just listening on iTunes, when you get a chance, just go over to theconguy.com. We have it posted right there, or go over to the front page of the WonderCon website. It's really a cool cover. I really like it this year. Some years I'm not always so enthused about their covers. This one is a good one. Come on, bring back Superman. Make Superman cool again.
He is cool again.
What, making Superman great again?
Have you been reading the books?
No,
Since Rebirth, it's good.
Is it?
Everybody's like, Superman's too powerful. He's boring. Give him a 10-year-old kid, all bets are off.
He's got a 10-year-old kid?
Jonathan Kent, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, it's great. So it's because Clark and John and Damian have their own. They are the Super Sons. They have their own book, and Damian shows that Bruce is a pretty terrible parent, and John shows that Clark and Lois are doing a pretty good job.
That's pretty cool.
It's great. You should check it out.
pretty cool.
Delightful.
So that is all we have for San Diego Comic-Con right now, except for if you do not yet have your badge, you will not be getting one this year. Sorry. It stinks to be you. That's just the way it goes. It's a hard convention to get into, but it's probably the best one you could go to. So be watching the website, theconguy.com, because as we get information about the hotel sale or anything else that we hear, we'll be posting up there. Also, there's a couple of cool websites to check out. Crazy 4 Comic-Con, that's 4 the number. Comic-Con, that's Tony Kim's site. He is a friend of ours, and he always is keeping people up to speed. And also, what's cool, Tony Kim,
The Hero Within.
the Hero Within, just got big news today, because he's got a great line of clothes that's based on DC Comics. And I bought one of the Batman shirts. I bought
a bunch of stuff.
And the Superman shirt. Me and Tom bought the same shirt. Looks better than Tom.
Should have both worn it today.
Yeah, that'd be
We'd see who
great.
wore it better.
No, we know who's going to wear it better. But that being said, today he signed a licensing agreement with Marvel.
Oh, nice.
So Tony Kim and the Hero Within clothing line is going to, I hope, be at this summer at San Diego Comic-Con.
with their Marvel line.
It won't be there this weekend because it just was announced
Too
today.
soon.
Yeah,
Too
too soon. So, anyways, Tony, congratulations, my
Go,
friend.
Tony.
That is
Congrats.
awesome. Also, another good website to watch is the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog. They are specifically just about that one convention, so it's kind of cool. They really dig down into the weeds about it. So it's also. They also have a cool podcast that usually starts up right after WonderCon, so they're going to be starting up pretty soon. That's Carrie Dixon. She kind of runs that organization over there, so she does a very good job. That's all we have for San Diego. Do you guys have anything else to throw in the mix?
One thing is, since people obviously can't get badges anymore, I do always try to let people know that you can still volunteer. Mm-hmm. So if you do just want to check it out and you've always wanted to, you can look up that information on their website. You have like a time slot where you volunteer, and then the rest of the day you get a badge for that day. So it is a way, if you just want to experience for a day, it's an easy way to kind of get it. So you can sign up for that online. And WonderCon is also still accepting volunteers for this weekend as well.
Plus, there's a ton of stuff outside the convention center. It's
outside.
Crazy. Last year, after Comic-Con, everyone was like, you should have checked out this. And you went to the Expanse thing, they gave you Season 2 Blu-ray. It's like, wow. I just bought Season 2
Or
Blu-ray.
free drinks at the...
Free drinks.
At the
There's a lot of great stuff. Granted, those lines are always very long
Yes, they
outside
are.
the convention center.
Yes, they are.
Well, they're getting longer because the outside of the convention center is becoming more of a thing, and even some of the vendors inside the convention center, including Mile High Comics, have blamed. I mean, they blame what's going on outside the convention center for the loss of business
Isn't
inside.
Mile High boycotting
Well, I'm sorry,
this
there's
year?
competition.
Aren't they what?
Isn't Mile High boycotting this year?
Oh, that was last year.
Oh, that was last year.
That was last year. So I hope they come back. I love Mile High Comics. It was my favorite booth on the floor. But
The other challenge with being outside is there's nowhere to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Yep.
They're
Wow.
like you might find a couple porta-johns that are locked on the street, and then a lot of the hotels they have all these signs up and they've blocked off their bathrooms. You just
You must be a guest, hotel guest. To
But
use
can
this
we just-
bathroom.
which
one
means
thing,
you had to win a
though-
lottery to be allowed to be.
If you, because Derek and Katie were running into a problem this week with their badges for WonderCon, that if you guys could give us kind of a little bit of warning for what the San Diego people would love. I mean, to avoid the same problem
Yeah.
you guys are having.
So right now, they now mail out badges for WonderCon and Comic-Con. If you guys didn't know that, basically they had a time frame for you to edit your mailing address on the Comic-Con website. However,
Your member ID and your member ID.
and your member ID. I did that because I moved, but then I have not received my badges yet and found out that they have a shipping and a physical address, and they didn't both change. So and right now it's locked out, so you can't change it until after WonderCon. So now if you do have that problem for Comic-Con, change it like after WonderCon, because it will block out again when they mail out badges. But Derek and I both had that issue.
Yeah, and I went on and changed mine last year, and I
Yeah.
saw, it was too late to get the badge for San Diego Comic-Con,
Yeah.
but I was getting my mail forwarded, which didn't actually happen. Thank you, U.S. Postal Service. And,
Well, they only do it for a certain number of months.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but that
1 year.
was within that time last
1
year
year.
when I had signed up to do it, and then it just didn't happen.
Or
I had to
maybe
contact
6
the post office and go through all this hassle to get it. And then, so I made sure that I changed my address. And then I find out, oh, wait, you were supposed to change it in 2 places and not just one.
They should. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
not cool.
That's
No,
not cool.
or
And I'm
at least
glad
should
you
be
guys.
but more obvious on the website that you've got to
Yeah.
change it in both places.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know, I mean, I'm glad you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not glad you're having this problem, but I'm glad you're bringing this to our attention because I did not know that.
Yeah.
And that's good to know. It's really good to know.
And knowing is half the battle.
No, well, not for, and by the way, if you do not have your badge in hand, if it does not get mailed to you, do you know what you are to do
To go to the registration.
with?
ID.
With your
member
confirmation email and your ID.
and your email, right?
You need your photo ID.
Yeah.
Photo ID and print out the email that says, "Congratulations, you have your badge. We'll
Yeah.
be mailing it to you." So that's all you need, and you're fine. It's another line to wait in.
Yeah, it's another line, which I did not want to have to wait in, which is why I was trying to get it mailed.
The rumpus.
Especially since I've got to work my day job on Friday and then drive down there and try and make the last panel of the day Friday night, which is probably just not going to be possible now at all.
Wait.
It's sad.
Anyways, Tommy's shutting us up because we're going to move on to our next part.
Yes.
We have a little bit of news here, and then we're going to jump right into WonderCon. So, Cheeseman on the couch. The reason I have Tommy Wiseau up here is why?
Because they released Disaster Artist on Blu-ray and DVD and did a special signing at the Amoeba. So we're looking at a picture. I went with a couple friends.
I know
and,
those people.
And Greg and Tommy were there themselves doing the signing, which was
Oh, is that
awesome.
Greg now?
That's Greg. So Greg Sestero,
Yep.
Tommy Wiseau, they did a signing of the Disaster Artist and other products at the Amoeba Records
And there are a
store.
couple more of our friends there.
And then Alyssa and Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah, they accompanied them over to see Tommy and
Dr.
Greg
Alyssa.
signing the Disaster Artist. Oh, wait. I got something.
Yeah, so we got some things
Ooh,
signed.
the book.
Yeah, is this signed?
Probably on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, inside.
Woo! They
Signed
crossed
by
out.
both of them.
Wait, why did they cross out their names?
They crossed out the printed names and then signed.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's great.
Although that's a different Tommy. But
Tommy crossed out this other Tommy and signed his own
Signed
name.
his own name. That's very Tommy.
Yes,
then
I
they
love
signed
this.
the Blu-ray here as well. So basically,
Okay.
you just had to either buy the DVD or Blu-ray, and they'd sign up to 2 items for you.
Oh.
So
Such a
I got the book
deal.
signed.
By the way, that's why I'm wearing my
Him
Tommy
there.
Wiseau shirt today. I mean, I was pulling. I know there's all this controversy, whatever. I wanted James Franco to win Best Actor, and I wanted this to win Best
Yeah.
Adapted Screenplay, but it wasn't meant to be.
Nope.
Behave yourself, James. And what else?
Keep your hands to yourself, James.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
just a good time, and got to. The line wasn't too bad. So,
It was kind of cool. Like you asked Tommy. What was it you asked Tommy?
oh, you don't ask Tommy questions about Greg, because Greg does a really good
Tommy?
impression
Of Tommy?
of Tommy, like really good. Like he'll do it at like little Q&A things he'll do, or like on his audiobook he does the impressions of him, and I'm like Tommy, what do you think about Greg's impression of you? And I was like trying to like videoing it just for fun and stuff. He's like, next question please.
I know he wouldn't talk about it.
But then I went home and watched the special features of Disaster Artist, and then they did kind of the same thing, like professionally. They were kind of like, so what about? He's like, I don't need to talk about Greg. And it's like, why don't you answer a question like, he's my best friend. Why would I talk about him? He's my best friend.
That's
I
a
don't
very
need to
good
talk
Tommy,
about
by the
Greg."
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cheeseman could do Tommy pretty well. Hey, another big piece
He's
of
gonna
news.
be one of my WonderCon cosplays.
That's what he's got the wig.
Gonna
the
go
wig.
That's the wig.
Got the wig. Got to find some sunglasses and get an outfit and everything. But we'll see if people recognize Tommy, or I could be
We should have.
disaster artist James Franco dressed as Tommy, or never know, maybe I could do a mashup of
Oh,
something.
jeez. My head
Tommy
hurts.
Wiseau as Star-Lord or something else.
Tommy was we love you. Please come on the show.
Yeah.
But we should
Castiel Tommy,
we should
I
have
don't
done
know.
the Scare Jim Tommy Wiseau version tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll save that for
But
the
if
next
you
time.
go to the Scare Jim Instagram, you can see Tommy Wiseau scaring Jim. Although I had the kind of beard still, but the Tommy scares will get better once I
Okay.
a little more.
All right.
got
So,
the-
believe
anyways,
you.
Yeah.
real quickly though, there's another piece of news that happened this week is that
Yeah.
Jim bought his first.
look what I got this week. I'm so excited. I don't know if you can see it. Wait.
It's a pretty cool Godzilla.
This is Godzilla. This is Shin Godzilla. 2 years ago, this is the brand new Godzilla that came out. I was and the thing is, I've been wanting to get this at all the conventions I've been going to. I've been trying to find these, and they're about $200, $300.
Wow.
Toys R Us is going out of business, and I got it this week for $23, my
Such
friend.
a deal.
Very sad for Toys R Us. It's a very sad day, but I'm so excited I got this. And if you, by the way, the clearance sales start Thursday.
As in,
The liquidation sale.
Wow.
They're having clearance sales now. The liquidation of
Liquidation
Toys R Us starts Thursday, according to a secret, whispered bit of information I got from somebody. at
I'm
the desk.
mouthing to my wife in the corner about things we need to get.
insider trading.
By the way, Derek's better half is sitting in the room today. Hey,
Yes.
Laura.
She's the reason I was videoing my favorite band on St. Patrick's Day. I was helping her because she's their go-to photographer.
She's an Uber producer.
Yeah.
And
She's
Laura has
amazing.
booked her second feature film producing.
You go, girl.
So we're trying to see if we can get Laura to be on one of the panels at Comic-Con. That would be fantastic. Laura,
pronounced
Laura.
Like Croft.
Laura. Croft does it that way too? Anyways,
With a better plot line.
okay, very quickly. We just have to give a little bit of applause out to, for one thing, Black Panther, which has just destroyed.
I'm so glad you brought that up because it's just not getting enough love.
It's not getting enough love.
Always bet on black.
I'm telling you, it is about to become the biggest superhero movie ever. It's about to pass up the Avengers.
It's a good movie. So
It's a darn
Number
good
one,
movie.
5 weekends in a row.
When's the last time that's happened?
Avatar.
Yeah, is that crazy? Oh my gosh, it's about to. So it just passed 600 million this past weekend.
Domestically.
Domestically, it's well over $1 billion international.
1.1 and rising.
And it has affected the future, what they call Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like Feige has come out and admitted that it will be the centerpiece of Phase 4 going forward.
The world of Wakanda.
And and Marvel just can't be stopped. So Black Panther owned the record. Well, first of all, it was Batman versus Superman of all things had the record of the biggest Fandango pre-sale ticket tally ever. It was broken by Black Panther.
Did it have the biggest Fandango drop?
And so Black Panther, it had the biggest 24 hours pre-sale ticket sale ever on Fandango. Guess what film broke it?
Infinity War.
Infinity War broke it in
6 hours.
6 hours. It broke that record. It just blew everybody away.
But that trailer.
I was one of those
looks so
people.
good.
Oh, I was too.
So
It was okay.
You got tickets?
No, Karen got tickets for us. Remember, we're going Friday. So
I'm going Thursday night to the fan event at AMC.
Oh, that's right. They're having a 12-hour.
No, I'm just doing the single fan event at AMC. I'm not doing the marathon thing.
Yeah, there's 3 AMCs in the country that are doing like a 24-hour, 12-movie fan event with Infinity War at the end.
El Capitan is doing like a 10-film
that's
event.
that's the Nerdist one. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that one. They did it for the last Avengers movie as well.
Yep.
I looked up tickets and I was like, I can't.
It's $100. It's like,
$100, yeah.
geez.
It's
I went
ridiculous.
31 hours.
I went to the Cap Marathon. That
does
was
sound fun.
self-contained.
Okay. So, congratulations, Marvel. We are so happy that you are part of our world right now. We can't wait to celebrate 10 years of Marvel this summer. And Marvel, they are celebrating 10 years of Marvel, 10 years to Infinity War all this year, and it is well deserved. And
Meanwhile, in other comic news,
in other comic news,
Ava DuVernay is directing the new Gods movie for Warner Brothers.
Okay.
why is that significant?
Can we talk?
Okay.
Why does Warner's keep making weird decisions? Why not
don't know.
fix your flagship character? I love the New Gods as well as the next person.
They're interesting. Yeah, I love them.
And maybe this will help make up for the fact that we got freaking not Calabac, Steppenwolf instead of Darkseid in Justice League.
But New Gods
it's still a weird decision.
But isn't New Gods the origin of Darkseid?
It is. However, you don't.
Don't
get me started.
What do you think about Ava DuVernay as the director?
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine. I mean, as long as she doesn't cast Oprah in it.
Yeah.
Don't put it past.
Don't put Oprah. Don't put Oprah as Granny Goodness.
I know. The thing is, what was her? No, it's who was her favorite character? She said that her favorite Marvel character was Bertha. What's her?
Big Barda.
Big Barda. So that's always been Ava DuVernay's favorite character. So when Warner Brothers found out about it, they wanted her to direct that movie. So it's kind of cool.
But still, what's their plan? Why are we seeing a New Gods before a Green Lantern Corps movie? That's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know their plans.
Why are we seeing New Gods? Superman should be in this movie.
There is a rumor. There's a rumor, and this is our transition. There's a rumor that there's a big trailer from Warner Brothers that's coming out this weekend at the WonderCon in Anaheim.
Okay, here's the thing. In the program description, it says we're getting a big preview of Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't originally locked down, but
this might not be a very popular opinion, but I'm as excited, maybe more for that than for a lot of these other big movies we just mentioned. Because I absolutely love that book, and when I watch the trailers, I want to cry. They look so good.
Derek's wife happens to be reading in the corner of the room. This is the book she's reading right now. Rereading Ready Player One. This is fantastic. Ooh. So let's go ahead and move into WonderCon. WonderCon is March 23rd through the 25th, Anaheim Convention Center. Saturday is sold out, but there's still Friday and Sunday tickets and 3-day tickets. Mm-hmm. We get to experience the new expanded Anaheim Convention Center this year. Ooh. The North Convention Center is where all the movie and TV, most of it's going to be. And we can go from there, but let's do this. What have you guys heard about the WonderCon convention this weekend that makes you excited?
Lost in Space.
I know. That's Netflix, right?
Danger, Will Robinson.
Like the one thing that I have heard, and then I'm going to pitch it to you guys, and we're going to go round robin and let you guys kind of tell us what kind of panels and things that you're excited about. About 5 years ago, WonderCon was a big TV and film convention, and they kind of dwindled a little bit, and it stumbled a little bit. It felt like, man, it came back big time this year. This is a big convention. Warner Brothers really is bringing it out this year. Plus Netflix, which was away forever, is coming back. And so, all right, Friday, let's go ahead and talk panels right now, right up front.
Yeah. I'd like to say one thing.
Yes.
So one of our viewers is watching, and Cali Mafioso, and is their screen name.
Uh-huh.
And they're saying you can pick up your badge on Thursday between 12 and 7.
I was wondering if we could do that. That would be nice if I don't get mine. I'm hoping it gets forwarded.
Kind of like an unofficial preview night? Is that what that is?
Well, like at Comic-Con, you can pick it up the day before, too. So.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wait, on Wednesday or on Tuesday?
On Wednesday.
But they're kind of halfway open on Wednesday.
But like if you don't have preview night, you can't go in, but you can still get your badge.
Does this mean there's a preview night?
Good to know.
There's no preview night.
Okay. All right.
No.
Thank you for letting us know that. That's actually good news.
Thank you.
Friday. It officially starts Friday around noonish to one-ish. I don't know what time. Noonish. So because you have a panel time coming up.
Actually, the first panel is I have a panel at 1. So.
Tom kicks off WonderCon this weekend. So why don't we start with you and let's go around the room and let's talk about Friday. Some panels that are coming up on Friday that we should be paying attention to.
Oh, I think the thing I'm looking for the most.
We've got lots of cheat sheets all over the table
on
here.
Friday. I think is that the day of the Superman 80th. Yeah.
Yep.
The Superman 80th anniversary panel.
Super excited. Yeah.
DC Action Comics celebrating 80 years of Superman. I just hope that they don't. Again, I'm displeased that when Superman 75 rolled around, we didn't get special stamps.
I know.
It's like, dude, he was the first superhero ever.
Yeah.
Batman gets stamps. Wonder Woman gets stamps. Superman gets, a bus ticket or something.
Yep.
So I hope they do it right. I mean, obviously they won't have the big guns. At the 75th anniversary panel at Comic-Con, they didn't have him listed, but the rumor was out that Henry Cavill might make an appearance, and he did. He was on the panel.
I remember
that.
Was
cool. He and Grant Morrison and some others. So it was a good panel, but still, it was in a small room. Mm-hmm. Dude, treat him right. Give him props.
Will we get Dean Cain though?
I love how everyone got so quiet.
Dead space. All right, what else?
I like Dean Cain.
What else you got, Tom? for Friday?
For Friday, you know what? I went through the app, so I will defer to. Okay, Friday. There's a panel inside the writers' room, the shows that inspired us, and a lot of my friends who are TV writers. Some have journeyed into film too. Ashley Edward Miller, X-Men First Class, Thor, Andromeda, blah blah blah.
That's cool.
Steve Melching, Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels. Derek Hughes, The Flash, Warehouse 13, and he's going. He and his writing partner are on the new season of Scream.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be it's going to be set at a historically black college, and they're going to play with the trip about how black people in horror films would act differently than white people in horror films. So that should be a lot of fun.
That is so clever. I like that.
Oh, and Mark Altman, the librarian's Agent X, and he also is a prolific writer about covering TV shows. And then my buddy Damien Burer, who's one of the founders of Legion M, is having an event, a panel Friday, how the power of fandom is changing Hollywood. And I think they're going to have a sneak peek of their next film. And their first film got decent reviews.
Was that Colossal?
Colossal,
Yeah.
with Anne Hathaway, and I want to say one of the SNL dudes. But
Yeah.
I think it was Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah,
Sudeikis,
correct.
Sudeikis. So those should be. I'm looking forward to. And there's also Star Trek: The Next 50 Years. So
Yes, I made a note of that one.
I hope it's not just we hate Discovery, because some of us love Discovery.
What do you think, Derek?
Some of us have still not watched Discovery because I don't want to pay for another streaming service for every show I want to watch.
Gosh, I'm so tired of that.
However,
Yeah.
it's Star Trek, and I'm going to have to see it.
So Derek, since we are transitioning, wait,
Yeah.
wait, Tom, you got one more.
Oh,
What's your panel you're doing?
I'm on a panel
Come on.
spiritual themes and comics at once, so it'll be interesting.
I usually go to that panel.
It's a
I do enjoy
lively
it.
crew. we often argue about some of the strangest things. So-
Such a spirituality.
and Superman.
That's awesome.
Seriously, spirituality and Superman.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, our friend Karen, she talks about the redemptive messages of Superman is what got her into comics.
Ooh.
Oh, Karen, is Karen coming this year? No, she's not coming. Darn it.
So the
Derek,
other stuff
I
on
thought she was
Friday,
coming.
let's see.
Oh.
Along with the Star Trek, which I also love, there's a Star Wars mock trial.
I saw that. That looked amazing.
What's that about?
It's basically could R2D2 and C3PO sue the Cantina for discrimination?
Oh, because they wouldn't serve.
We don't serve your kind
We don't serve
here.
your kind here.
Isn't that great?
Where's Saul Goodman when you need him?
Oh, I know.
I know, right? And then let's see. I thought the comic book law school, I have a great idea, is an interesting one for anybody who wants to get into creating a little more and just want to know some of the logistics of things. That's at 5:30, and they always have stuff for creators or people who are just getting started in creating things. They've got things about writing, things about artistry, things about cosplay, things about voice acting, and so this is one that has to do with some of the legal aspects of putting your comics out there.
Cool.
Cheeseman.
Lots of stuff.
Oh, also,
Or-
sorry,
or
one
sorry,
more. Well, two more that I really liked. That sounded really cool. 6:30, Golden Age of Tabletop, which as a tabletop gamer, that sounds really fun.
Wait, what is that?
Just talking about like how tabletop games have evolved over the years and
Yeah,
now
you're
the kind
a
of
big
stuff that's out
gamer,
there.
aren't you?
Back in
Yeah,
the day.
which is funny. I don't actually play Dungeons and Dragons, but I have a lot of tabletop games that I'm really, really into, and I would be addicted to Dungeons and Dragons if I played, which is part of the reason I don't. And then at 7, there's Psychology of Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts.
Okay.
Which,
Ooh.
Okay, can I echo off
Go
of
ahead,
that?
Katie, go.
So I went to the Psychology of Harry Potter panel. It was either last year or the year before. I can't remember which one. And it was so interesting. They had a whole bunch of psychologists that are all fans of Harry Potter, basically talking about all the just how in depth and how it's kind of become an identifier in the community. And it was so they all wore their Harry Potter house colors or something related to their house. It was so much fun. It was just one of those random panels that I was so glad I went to, and I think that was on my list as well because I loved it, and I'm curious to see with Fantastic Beasts how they incorporate that this year.
What house are you in?
Hufflepuff.
Ravenclaw.
Gryffindor.
I'm
Ravenclaw?
No, I'm Gryffindor.
Gryffindor?
I'm Hufflepuff. I got sorted over at the Warner Brothers lot.
Surprisingly, I would be Ravenclaw.
That's
But
Cheeseman.
All right, sorry, Luke.
I'm still learning.
Luke has only seen the first 3 movies.
What?
That's all I said.
Yes.
Derek, the professor, is giving him a lesson.
Yes, Laura and I have been working him through them gradually, and we've got to watch number 4.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
The other one that I was looking at, and this is kind of echoing off what Derek said, what I like about WonderCon is there's a lot of industry-related panels
Yeah.
where, like they said, like if you want to get into a certain thing or you need to know the steps, there's a lot of panels about that at WonderCon. I've never done any of them, I think, but I did see one that's on, it's called Cause Positive. It's on cosplay, and it's basically about cosplaying with confidence. When I was at Anime LA, we got asked a question about, like, what's the one thing that you think is misunderstood about cosplaying? And that question was so packed because we all had so many things we could say about it. But I like that there's a panel that is talking about, like, whether your age, your race, your, you know, anything that you could possibly contribute. There's always stigma and negative energy and comments that people get, and it can really be hard as a cosplayer when you get that negative energy when you put so much work into something. So I'm really curious about that panel. And then another one was the 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Just because I just like Jurassic Park for just so many reasons. But
You want to
also,
own a dinosaur.
The new movie comes out on my 30th birthday, so I'm
wow.
also curious to see, like, kind of how they incorporate all these years together.
Yeah, and they're starting with the book as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wrote down that one as well.
Yeah. And so I'm curious about that one. And then they have, like, paleontologists and other representatives from the LA Natural History Museum that are going to be there to, like, kind of discuss how it's evolved and everything from just a book to, you know, Jurassic World, which was huge and now has a new one coming out. So I was I was excited about that one too.
And that's 300D at 6:30.
Yeah, it's
to
late at
7:30.
day, 6:30,
Yeah, so it's kind of
7:30.
later on. and
The
everything.
cosplay one is at, like, earlier in the day. I think at, like, 1. And then the Psychology of Harry Potter is at
Is it
7 o'clock. So that's
night?
one of the
Wow.
later panels of the day. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Those conflict, so I'm going to have to choose. But
So let's toss it over the couch.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on. One we always talk about and like to see is Boom Comics.
I
They have
love
all-
Boom Comics, yes.
Boom.
Yeah,
awesome.
just good people, and like just more and more content are coming from them. They're kind of acquiring different things and kind of rebooting different. So, like, don't they own Peanuts, like Rugrats and some other stuff?
They got
like
license to all that
License.
stuff, yeah.
They're getting different licenses to things, so they're good people. They also host mixers at Comic-Con and all that. So looking forward to reconnecting with them because
When is that
Jim
one?
here are
Oh.
trying to make some comics. So we've been talking to them every now and then.
Our goal is to have our comic
Our goal,
done
yeah.
by this weekend. Fingers
Ooh,
are crossed.
Well,
so
script, and then
Yeah.
by Comic-Con have an official comic. But it's
if you're an
good
artist,
panel,
please let
and-
us know, guys.
And
We
they'll
pay.
be showing different people from different comics, and they'll be announcing some other new comics and stuff that are coming out through them. So,
What time is that?
and that is at 2:00 in room 211.
Nice.
And then there's tons of other stuff for comic creators and writers throughout the day. Like, there's a lot of stuff constantly going on. But one of the biggest ones that I'm looking forward to, and if I can get, I think we got to sign up for this, is on Friday from 7 to 9. There's something called the Comic Creator Connection, where it's basically like comic speed dating. So artists, inkers, writers, all these different people can kind of go from person to person. You get about like 5 minutes per person, and then you can kind of connect and exchange information and everything. And then
That's a
you can meet a lot of
fantastic,
people in
yeah.
just a couple hours. And it's actually going on Saturday as well, so there's at least 2 nights of that going on. So if you're looking to create comics, definitely look into that.
But Luke, the thing that he said that's vital is you have to sign up ahead of time for that because that
Yeah.
fills up. It fills up fast. So if you're interested in participating in those, make sure you go on to the WonderCon website and fill it out.
And
Can
that's
you do
room
that for us?
204C as
Very
well.
cool. Also, there's 2 of them that I do have to throw out there. Our buddy Bernie Bregman.
Bernie.
Bernie.
The Geek Gatsby. He is hosting a panel at 4:00. It is Stargate. Reopen the Gate. Bernie is a gigantic Stargate fan, and he has the pleasure of facilitating the cast of the new Stargate Origins series. That's 4 to 5, and I don't know what room it is because I forgot to write that one down. Also, since we are talking about Tony Kim, Hero Within, Crazy for Comic-Con. He also has a panel called Fandom to Career, Make Your Wildest Dreams Come True. That is at 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, the exact same time as Bernie, who is making his wildest dreams come true. No, Tony's a great guy. His Crazy for Comic-Con website is kind of the center of Tony's his industry, and he has really been able to travel the country, visit, kind of like Tom, you've been able to do the same thing, like be guests at a number of different Comic-Cons, and Tony's now started this clothing line. So this is his thing, and so he's got a lot of cool people that'll be on this panel with him. Brad is texting me, Krypton. What day is Krypton?
Krypton is Saturday.
Okay,
Yes.
Brad,
I've got
we'll
it
talk about
noted
it Saturday,
down.
okay? All right.
We need to move on to Saturday. Though,
Yeah,
don't we?
sorry guys, we always run out of time. Let's move on to Saturday. Derek, go ahead and tell us what you got for Saturday.
Let's see. I noted at 11 a.m. this "Everyone's a Critic: Being a Journalist in an Online Age" because
I love that panel.
yeah, that's something that will relate to us.
Slattery will get you everywhere.
Although the schedule on the app had a typo and it said "a online age," and so
By the way, you know somebody who is on that panel.
who?
Tom.
Moi.
Did you know that?
Do I know Tom?
Okay.
That's great, Tom.
One of my favorite lines ever was Tom.
I actually didn't look at everybody
From
who was in that
years
panel.
ago.
and I
Years
didn't
ago,
know you
Tom
were- yeah.
let loose one year on there, and I was like, and I had to leave the panel early, and I was like, darn it! I mean, it was like Tom was just let loose on the critics. It was
And then, of course,
awesome.
Nerdist News Live is at noon.
Yep.
And then at 12:25 is that big preview of Ready Player One that Warner Brothers Pictures has promised us. It says meet the High Five and Ernest Cline. Mm-hmm. That's in the arena, and that sounds like it would be pretty awesome.
And there's a rumor, unsubstantiated, that sometime that day they'll screen the entire film.
What?
What?
You'll find out during that panel.
I saw.
Oh, that could be one of the.
It
times I
might
see
be
it.
a false rumor.
No, but I saw something where there was. I don't know what I saw. I just saw something that said a screening at WonderCon, and
Yep.
Okay.
We don't.
It's actually in Columbus, Ohio, because that's where it takes place.
No, but like what they did, like 21 Jump Street did that 5 years ago. They had the panel, and then they said, "Everybody in the room, screening tonight," and they gave you the place. So they might do that again.
Huh.
Come on, Warner Brothers, because they did it just
would be
last
great.
week at South by Southwest. So might as well.
Okay.
Let's do it again. All right, go.
Let's see. Of course, the preview for Lost in Space. There's a panel at 13:50 in the arena.
Okay, Lost in Space,
Danger, Will Robinson.
Netflix, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's coming back.
It's got a great cast.
Yep.
It does look cool.
Toby Stevens is John Robinson, Molly Parker, first time I remember her name, as Maureen Robinson, and Parker Posey as a gender flip Dr. Smith.
I
Yes,
love,
please.
I love that.
Love Parker Posey.
I know Parker Posey's in it. That's the reason I'm watching.
Oh.
So there's also a panel for Krypton. That's at 2 o'clock in North 200A.
Yep.
Yep. And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is at 4:45. I'll probably see that one because I'm actually up to date on that show.
Are you?
Yes.
I am too.
And then the Psychology of Cult TV shows is at 5:30. That's another of those where it's a psychology of fandom type stuff, which is always just interesting.
And we do want to mention that Krypton
Premieres, wait, this Wednesday
this
night?
Wednesday night on
As in-
Sci-Fi.
Yes. in
Awesome.
2 days. So it's getting a big push. It's probably an exciting new series that's
Cool.
going to be on Sci-Fi.
What's interesting that it's a DC-based show that's not on CW. It's on the side.
Yep.
Sci-Fi.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Goyer created it, and he
David
Man
Goyer,
of
right?
Steel. He co-wrote Man of Steel.
Yep. And
Oh.
he's famous for the Blade series as well.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that. Katie, what do you have for us?
Kind of like a lot of the same. Mostly I'm excited about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that is one of my shows. I'll be doing my cosplay on that day.
Melinda May? Or
no,
Sky?
Sky.
Sorry, Daisy.
Daisy, yeah.
Quick!
So, I'll be doing that and going to the Marvel meetup, and then I'll go to the panel, hopefully. And I'm finally caught up on that show also, and I don't want to miss what they might show. And also, I feel like they're not going to be at Comic-Con because they weren't last year. So
Well, not only that, this is rumored to be the last year of the show.
Yep.
yeah, so I'm like, I need to go because I was a little surprised that they were going to be at WonderCon, so I was like, okay.
Well, this is perhaps the farewell panel for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Their
And
final
it's in the
year.
arena.
It's in the arena. I thought the arena only sat 5,000 people, but I found somewhere today that it sat 7,500 people. I guess
Seriously?
I guess it depends on how they set it up.
I think
Some of the other,
did they make it
it's
bigger?
been in smaller rooms, so it's nice to see some of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agents of
finally-
S.H.I.E.L.D. has always been in a small room. Well,
odd.
at San Diego Comic-Con, so it's good to see them in the giant 5,000,
Yeah.
6,000 seat
Cool.
room.
It's a very popular show
Also-
still, isn't it?
Yes.
Also because I know that it's unlikely, but I'm just curious to see where they're going with the show, considering Infinity War is coming out right after the finale, like right around that same time. So I'm
Yeah.
really just curious about it. At this point, I'm on all cylinders with Marvel Infinity War. I can't even like the internet's gonna break when that comes out.
Because
and
of Carrie. I mean,
Yeah.
Carrie. Katie. I'm
And
sorry.
then I saw they have
Name my
the.
names.
I haven't seen season 1 yet, but they have the series Unfortunate Event screening that Nathan Fillion is hosting. And
Nathan Fillion's here
I-
hosting a screening, yeah.
I really want to go to that because I want to know what a Nathan Fillion hosted panel would be because I feel like it'll be great and I'll be sad if I missed it. And then
And he's
also,
not, is he involved with that show at all?
I'm
No, but
not.
he's good friends with Harris, so.
But it
MPH.
also,
Oh.
season 2's not out yet. Maybe.
Wait, good friends with who?
is.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, okay. So he's in. Oh, that's right. Okay.
See, I did read about the casting for season 2, and I don't remember if he's in it or not. I know a few names that are.
And
but
then I
Tony
just saw the thing where there's the Screen Junkies Truth Behind Honest trailers. So
That's always one of the most enjoyable panels at any of the
they're
cons.
having a premiere of a trailer exclusively for WonderCon. So that could be fun. And then it says they have cheer on your favorite fighter in a movie fights lightning round where your vote decides the winner. So that it's a lot of the personalities from Screen Junkies. Yeah. So and that's at 6 o'clock on Saturday, on the north side, 200A.
The
so.
brand new expanded part of the
Yeah.
convention center.
Yeah.
Tom, what do you have?
Ooh. Well, Krypton, as has been mentioned before, and a fun fact that people might not know is Adam Strange is significant to the season 1 arc of Krypton. So,
Adam Strange.
the character, DC space hero, 50s DC space hero.
Why am I not familiar with that at all?
Oh, are you kidding? He was in episodes of some of their other.
I don't know Adam. Do you know Adam Strange?
Adam
No.
Strange? It's a great character.
I did not have access
He's
to
from the
comic
planet.
books as
He's
a
from the
child.
planet Ran, and in the comics, Ran and Thanagar went to war once.
He's not the Martian. The mighty Martian. What is
The
it?
Martian Manhunter?
Martian
No.
Manhunter.
No. That's different. He's a human who, very John Carter inspired.
Okay.
In terms of he's a human who finds himself transported to an alien planet.
Okay.
He's got a rocket pack. It's a cool costume. And then we talked about my love for Lost in Space cannot be denied. But the one thing, a show that I really dug season 1, and it's back for season 2. It was canceled and then resurrected 3 days later. Timeless,
yeah.
And season 2 is really good. I've seen the first 2 episodes. It's got more focus. The arc is pretty clear. Fun cast, good sense of humor, and they were a hoot at the Comic-Con panel, at the Resurrection panel at Comic-Con last year. The nickname that they've given themselves to fandom is Clock Blockers. And they snuck it into the season 2 premiere.
Did they really?
They snuck the word into the season 2 premiere.
That's an easy one to mess up. So be careful.
Yes. Yeah. It's
thing that
used
show's
kind
not
of as an
live.
expletive, but those are the things I'm looking forward to on Saturday.
Cheeseman's got a personal relation or personal connection to Saturday panels, right? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Fear of the Walking Dead one. My cousin Maggie Grace joined the cast of that. Which
Your
is
cousin's
pretty
Maggie
awesome.
Grace?
didn't-
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I didn't know she was in the cast now.
She's one of the main
yeah,
casts
she's one of
next
the
year.
new people coming in.
They're
And then
basically
Morgan's
reinventing
crossing
the show.
over
Interesting.
the character from Walking Dead's, and then he'll be there
Yep.
as well. He's kind of one of the main featured
guy who plays
guests.
Morgan?
And then the 3 other, Maggie's one of them. Then Jenna Elfman. And
Jenna
then-
Elfman is joining. Is that
Yep.
crazy?
Wow.
Dharma?
Dharma. And then lead character, who I love her character so much. Madeline. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
remember
they'll
her
have
name.
new showrunners and a lot of people there, but that's at 3:30 in the arena. So see if I can get in. I don't know,
call
but
your
hopefully it'll be
cuz.
good.
You say cuz.
No,
Hey.
you know what's funny? Just real quick. Remember a couple of years ago?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, she did a panel for Lockout at WonderCon. I think it was one of my first times I went to WonderCon, and my friends dared me to go up and ask her a question. She didn't even know I was there. So I just go up to the microphone like, "Hi, my name is Luke Cheeseman. I was just wondering what your mom thought about the movie." And she's like, "Hi, Luke." That's my cousin. And then the crowd
Kim Dickens?
laughed.
Kim
And
Dickens.
they told her after the panel they thought it was like
A setup.
publicity. Yeah, like it was set up, but no.
I didn't know she was
I
your
just
cousin.
surprised her with it, which was pretty funny. And then one other panel I'll go ahead and mention real quick that it looks pretty cool. It's called Shooting Clerks. There's basically a documentary coming out about Kevin Smith, and I think it'll be basically about the making of the film. But it sounds interesting. It's in room 300B at 8 o'clock. It's another kind of later one, so yeah, just keep a lookout for that. But it's interesting. Kevin Smith's not part of that personally, but the filmmakers. of
Well,
that are.
special
But you never know. There
special
could be a
surprise
special
guest.
surprise.
Special surprise guest means they're trying to get Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would be surprised if he's
you
not
never know.
there.
Seriously.
All right, so we do have to kind of speed round our Sunday choices. So let's start with Tom on this one.
This will be easy. Number 1, Black Lightning, screening of an
Yes.
upcoming episode.
Yep.
Black Lightning, Jack. Great show. Give it a look. Then there's this great panel, full-time creative work on a part-time schedule with our very own James Frye.
I will be on that.
I've heard of him.
It's all about they have asked the con guy to be part of a panel about having a full-time creative career when you have all kind of other jobs going on, which is all of us right now. So except for Laura, she's a full-time creative person. So fantastic.
And then the last thing, spotlight on Kevin Grievous. The first time I met Kevin was in the comic book shop. Dude is huge, big black dude. Amazing voice. Like he should be doing voiceover.
You know, Karen's friends with him.
Oh, yeah, I know.
She sent a note to him this week introducing me and Luke to him. So we got to go to that panel just to meet him.
Oh, wait, well, tell him you know me too. We had a vociferous disagreement about race flipping characters.
Oh,
you know, like
interesting.
the West family in The Flash. His answer was very surprising.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I've got one. Okay, you guys keep going, because I've got one I got to talk about.
I saw it. I haven't really paid attention too much to Sunday because I don't know if I'll be able to go. But I did see the one about the Hollywood Science Fiction and Horror Museum.
Yes, I've been to their panels in the past, and I really like what they're doing.
It looks like something that would be right up my alley because I like looking at all sorts of things from any movie, but especially science fiction and horror have a lot different types of things that you can see. It has props, costumes, set stuff.
Well, these people actually rescued the bridge of the Enterprise D from the Paramount lot. It was just like it was outside in the rain and everything, and just like left leaning against a soundstage, and somebody saw it and took it home, and then like had to raise money to make a museum to where it could actually get it fixed up. And it looks like they're restoring the bridge from Star Trek Enterprise. There are several things like that they're just trying to maintain because it's a part of entertainment history.
Cool.
But it says that they'll be presenting a preview of props, costumes, and sets that will be seen at the grand opening later this year.
Oh, cool.
So that's cool. And
Derek?
Well, that was actually the one I was going to point out. Although there's this Back to the Future unanswered questions panel.
That one looks
cool.
amazing.
Is that Back to
That's
the
mine
Future?
here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Back to.
I wore
Back
the
to
shirt
Future.
especially for this panel
Yep.
discussion.
Can I just jump in real quick? One panel I forgot to mention about Saturday. Our friend Natalie Mascali, who is a great producer. She's been on our show here. Her brother directed Fear Inc. last year, and a great horror film. Anyway, she has worked on a film coming up with Dean Devlin called Bad Samaritan, starring David Tennant. Saturday at 4 p.m. in room 200B. Let me see. Carlito Oliveira, Carrie Condon, Jacqueline Byers, the writer Brandon Boyce is going to be there, moderated by Scott Mantz. They're going to have a panel on the floor, a booth on the floor all weekend giving out free swag and posters. So check them out. If you haven't seen the trailer for Bad Samaritan, go check it out. It looks like a badass movie. So it's going to be great. Natalie, we can't wait to see you. David Tennant, yes.
He can play creepy really well.
Oh my gosh, can he ever? What else for Sunday before we wrap up here, guys? Oh, wait. Cheeseman.
Cheese.
What do you have for Sunday?
Yeah. So of course, yes, the Back to the Future. Sounds awesome. I'm a big fan. That's in.
Saying you're a big fan is an understatement. You're a ferocious.
It's my number 2 favorite movie.
After Jaws?
After Jaws,
Yep,
of
okay.
course. But that's on North 200B room. That's at 1:30 to 2:30. And then some other cool ones going on. There's the X-Men animated series 25th anniversary, which sounds pretty cool. It's at 1 o'clock in North 200A. And I wish I would have watched that show growing up. I just wasn't really allowed to. But I really wish I could have been a big fan of that. But it sounds like an awesome panel. And then we have a fan on here. The Cali Mafioso is mentioning on Sunday on 200A. The Iron Giant making of the animation masterpieces.
that'd be great.
Which is going to be a big
that
deal.
movie.
So thank you for that there.
And also, I just want two things I want to mention before we wrap up. The arena is a great big panel space this year, somewhere between 5,000 to 7,000, I think. So let's say 6, just to be safe. 6,000. And the things that we've been talking about, a lot of things they're going to have in there, but the things we have not mentioned, the world premiere of the Suicide Squad Hell to Pay animated film from Warner Brothers is Friday night at 7.
I've heard good things about that.
Yeah, Warner Brothers they bring like a cool, edgy animated film each year. They're also having Batman Ninja on Saturday. The Trailer Park, Lost in Space, Walking Dead, The Masquerade. The Masquerade is happening 8:30. We forgot to mention that. They always do a good job. Saturday night at 8:30. Lucifer screening on Sunday morning. There's something called Talks Machina Cast of Critical Role. I don't know much about this.
Oh, Critical Role. It's a web series.
Oh, is it? And it's in the arena. That's crazy. And then the encore presentation of Batman Ninja. Also, one of the first times ever, there's going to be a giant offsite outside WonderCon this year for The Terror from AMC Networks. You get to experience. It was at South by Southwest last week, and it's supposed to be pretty great. Listen, we do have to wrap up here. I just want to say thank you so much for everybody coming in. I can't wait to see everybody down there. If you have not yet subscribed to our show here, the Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show, please do so. We love when we have people actually watching the show. It makes it so much more fun. Thank you for participating tonight. Please subscribe to the show. Please check out the website, theconguy.com. Also, you can find me, Con Guy Jim, or you can follow the entire show at theconguy.com. That's
Or at the panel at WonderCon.
the Con Guy DOTCOM at... What is our website? What is our Twitter? Anyways,
You just said it.
Conguy.com.
It's at
Yeah, you spell-
theconguy.com, all spelled
Yeah.
out, is the Twitter
Yes,
handle for the
at
website.
the Twitter.
I'm
Yeah.
so great. Come find us at the panel at WonderCon this weekend on Sunday. Full-time career, part-time schedule. We will be there. We will have cards to pass out. We have a lot of people we would love to introduce you to if you guys want to get into the industry. This is the great panel to go to. Also, last plug for myself, and we are ending, is this coming Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, the X-Files shows what will probably be the final episode ever made from Chris Carter and the X-Files. I hope not. But we will also have the season finale after show immediately after on AfterBuzz Network. So be watching us
It
that
said
week.
season finale. It didn't say series finale.
I
so
know.
You never...
Chris Carter claimed he's not coming back next year.
Gillian Anderson says she's not coming back. There is no X-Files without Scully. It's all I gotta say. Well, there could be.
You
All
give
right.
him enough money, though, like in Jurassic Park.
Thank you
They'll
so
always
much
come
for
back.
joining us this week. All right, where can we find everybody as we close out?
Well, you can sometimes find me on Twitter at ConGuyDerek or on various pages of theconguy.com.
He's got a great article on there right now teaching me how to love Doctor Who.
Yes,
It's awesome.
I'm just being a good friend, trying to help you.
The professor.
I'm Katie, and you can find me on social media on Instagram and Twitter at KT_Christine with a C, or my cosplay account at Katie's Fairy Tale _fairytale. Sorry.
I'm Tom. You can find me at TomDaveLA at THOMDAVELA on Twitter. And you can also check out my other podcast, or a podcast I do with some of the profs at my university, and it is called Flick 66. You can find us on iTunes and Podbean.
How do you spell Flicks?
FLIX 66.
Yes.
Awesome. And I'm Luke Cheeseman, known as Cheeseman on the Couch. You can find me on Twitter at ConGuyLuke and on theconguy.com and thescareguy.com.
And
And
I
at WonderCon.
think we are, by the way, this is the Tiki Mug from WonderCon. They have some more Tiki Mugs this year. We didn't get a chance to talk about the exclusives. So many exclusives. I think we have some closing music where it's about to start. Maybe not. Tommy, what do you
But
say?
we have Tommy.
You know what they say, love is blind.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week. We can't wait.
Do we know Tommy will be there?
Tommy will not be there this year.
Maybe this Tommy.
Not this Tommy, but that Tommy's going to
Yes,
be
Tommy
there.
will.
All right. He'll be signing autographs, too. All right,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, doggy.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only, and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.